Next is electroplating with nickel. Silver plating already discussed. Now electroplating with the nickel. See here, suppose we have to deposit some iron article with nickel, that also can be done, or zinc is deposited with nickel, anything. Iron get easily rusted when exposed to air. If iron articles are coated with metal like nickel or tin or zinc, I'll tell you, nickel, normally our taps which are shining, they are deposited either with nickel or chromium, mostly nickel. Tin, teen, in Punjabi we used to call teen, K, the teen. The teen is actually called tin, but Punjabis are calling it teen. So because it is made up of iron only, and those iron sheets are coated with tin metal, Sn, symbol Sn. That is called tinning. If zinc is coated on iron, we call it galvanizing. Right? Nickel plating, tin plating, tinning, and zinc plating is called galvanizing also. Right? Here we will discuss but only nickel plating. So what is taken here? Anode is made up of nickel. We have to do electroplating with nickel metal, so anode is made up of nickel. Here also we have to do electroplating with silver metal, so anode is made up of silver. Second, cathode is made up of article to be electroplated, spoon, glass, whatever, jewelry, whatever it is, that is taken as cathode, right? And electrolyte is nickel sulfate acidified with the sulfuric acid, aqueous solution of nickel sulfate acidified with the sulfuric acid. This is electrolyte, complete name of electrolyte, that is taken. So again 3 things are there. So which metal is electroplated, used as an anode in nickel plating? Nickel metal is used as an anode. Electroplating is done with nickel. Cathode is made up of article to be electroplated. Second thing, what is the electrolyte? Aqueous solution of nickel sulfate acidified with sulfuric acid. Okay, so this is what is mentioned here. Now come to why sulfuric acid is added. Why sulfuric acid is added? 2 reasons are there for adding acid. 1, to increase conductivity of the solution here. Secondly, main reason is to prevent hydrolysis of nickel sulfate. That is why sulfuric acid is added. This is not mentioned in your books, you note down. Now dissociation. What are the things present in electrolyte? Nickel sulfate. It will decompose to form nickel ion and a sulfate ion. Water, H and OH ion. Sulfuric acid, I don't know why they are not writing. Sulfuric acid will form H ion and a sulfate ion. So what are the positive ion? H ion and nickel ion. Negative ion, sulfate ion and OH ion. And cathode, what cathode is made up of? Article to be electroplated. Or if the name of the article is given, spoon or cup or whatever, you write that name. It has to be cleaned naturally. Always electroplating is done after cleaning only. Anode is made up of pure nickel metal. So electrodes. You have to learn these points. This is the thing which you have to learn mainly. Reaction at cathode. Now which ion will migrate towards negative electrode? Cathode? Positive ion, nickel ion and H ion. So nickel ion will reach there. Nickel ion has +2 charge on it. So nickel ion gain 2 electron because it has deficiency of 2 electrons. So gain 2 electron at cathode. Cathode is a negative electrode. It supply electron. Cathode give electron to nickel ion and form nickel metal. And nickel metal is deposited at cathode. And what is cathode? Article on which electroplating has to be done. Maybe tap, maybe cup, maybe spoon, whatever it is. Then nickel ions are deposited here. Now at cathode, at anode is made up of nickel metal. Nickel cylinder is there or nickel rod is there. Nickel atom, not ion. it will lose 2 electron to form nickel ion. Why 2 electron? Because we know charge on nickel ion is +2. So after losing 2 electrons, nickel ion will be formed, right? But sulfate and OH will reach a node. They will not discharge. Why? Because nickel is attackable, active electrode or attackable, right? And therefore nickel ions are formed at anode, and nickel ion change into nickel metal means decreases at cathode. At cathode nickel ion decrease, at anode nickel ions are formed, so therefore concentration of nickel ion will not change, and therefore color of the electrolyte also will not change. Note, article to be electroplated is always made cathode. Why? We'll discuss in the question in the table. Electrolyte must be a solution of salt of metal to be electroplated. This also I'll discuss. Anode is made up of strip of metal to be electroplated. This also will discuss. This is there in the table. Now I'll discuss questions related to this here. Very important questions are here. See, article to be electroplated means a cup or a spoon or a jewelry or chain or whatever it is, or handle of the cycle or tap, right? Anything that is always made cathode. Why? This is question. Why it is made cathode? Reason for that. And check it here. It is cathode. I'm just looking at silver plating. Cathode, it is negative. This is article to be electroplated. Means, whatever thing we have to electroplate is made cathode. It is connected with negative terminal of the battery. Why it is connected? Because metal ion which are present in the solution, they will migrate towards negative electrode, gain electron and form metal, silver metal here. In case of nickel plating, nickel metal will be formed, and this metal will deposit on the article on which silver plating we want to do, right? So if silver atom deposit at cathode, naturally article to be electroplated also should be made cathode only, right? Same way nickel. See nickel here also. Nickel ion migrate towards cathode and gain electron to form nickel metal, and nickel metal will deposit on cathode. So therefore cathode always should be made up of what? That article, that substance, that jewelry, that cup, that spoon, that tap, that handle of the cycle on which we want to do electroplating. Clear? So reason, during electrolytic reaction means electrolysis, metal is always deposited at cathode by gain of electron. Metal, this is metal formed. Where it is deposited? At cathode. How it is deposited? By gain plus electron, by gain of electron to metal ions. Metal ions gain electron and form metal, which deposit at cathode, and that is the reason they have mentioned in short. Clear? One question, answer. Now second, and this is there, article to be plated is kept at cathode. Why? So that answer is here. That's why I have not done there. Metal to be plated on the article means silver plating we have to do. That means silver metal has to be deposited on article, glass, cup, jewelry, whatever. Right? Metal to be electroplated. In case of silver plating, what is that metal? Silver metal. In case of nickel plating, what is that metal? Nickel metal. Metal to be electroplated is always made the anode. Why metal? Means if nickel plating you have to do, then anode is made up of nickel metal. If silver plating you have to do, anode is made up of silver metal. Why metal to be electroplated is always made anode? One question, always made anode, one question, and has to be replaced periodically, second question. Two questions are there. First of all, I'll show you, then we'll see. This is anode, silver anode, and this is silver plating. So anode is made up of silver. This is question, why anode is made up of that metal with which plating has to be done. Silver plating has to be done, so the anode is made up of silver. Why? Because it is this metal anode which lose electron Here silver lose electron, here nickel lose electron. It is a node only. Nickel lose electron in case of nickel plating. In case of silver plating, silver lose electron and form ions, silver ions. And it is these ions, positive ions, they migrate to cathode, silver ion, they see migrate to cathode and gain electron and deposit there. See, means ions are formed at anode and they are deposited at cathode. If ions are formed at anode, then only they will deposit at cathode. Clear? That is why the anode has to be made up of which metal? That metal with which electroplating has to be done. Got it? Now come to the answer. Metal anode continuously dissolve. Here dissolve means metal lose electron and form ion, and ion you enter the electrolyte, so we can say dissolve. So metal anode continuously dissolve as ions in solution, right? This one, right? And is to be replaced periodically, because these metal ions dissolve means anode dissolve means weight of anode will keep on decreasing, because anode atoms present in anode, they lose electron and form ion, and ion enter the electrolyte, means some mass will be continuously going into the electrolyte, means mass of anode keep on decreasing. If something is decreasing continuously, then it will finish. If it finish, it has to be replaced, therefore periodically. Do you understand? This is answer to second question. Now next is, the electrolyte must contain ions of the metal which is to be plated on the article. Means say silver plating, if we have to do, what should be the ion, metal ion present in our electrolyte? In silver plating, what is the electrolyte? Sodium argentocyanide. And see, sodium argentocyanide as silver ion. Sodium argentocyanide dissociate to form silver ion. So this is a question, why electrolyte, this electrolyte for silver plating must have those metal ions. Which metal ion? Those metal ion with which electroplating has to be done. Electrolyte must contains ions of the metal. Which metal? Which is to be plated on the article. This is question. Electrolyte dissociate into ions, you will see this electrolyte sodium argentocyanide dissociate into silver ions, and it is these ions which migrate towards cathode. See, these positive ions migrate towards cathode and deposit there, right? And that is why electrolyte must contain metal ions with which electroplating has to be done, right? Although if suppose some students are saying, sir, if ions are present in the electrolyte, then why we have taken a node made up of silver? See beta, in the beginning the ions which are present in electrolyte, they will deposit, right? After some time, when this will deposit, at the same time ions are formed at a node, silver ions are formed at a node. So here depositing and here it is forming. Right? Suppose we are not having ions in the electrolyte, silver ion is not there. So this ion will form and slowly reach cathode, then deposit. What will happen before that? Nothing will happen. So there should be continuity. So that is why in the electrolyte already metal ion should be there, with which electroplating has to be done. So this is your third question. Now come to fourth one. Low current for a longer time should be used. Means current you have to pass, but low and long time. Reason, because if we pass higher, see what current means, I is equal to Q by T. This is definition of current in physics. More I means more Q, right? Q is a charge, means what is the charge? What is current? It is rate of flow of charge. If current is more, means speed of flow of charge is also more. Charges are what are the charges present in the electrolyte? Ions. So speed of ions is more. Higher the current causes, because current is higher, I is more, then speed of charge is also more. They are moving faster. When they are moving faster, and if something is fast, then arrangement will not be proper. If anything you do at a very fast rate, normally it is not done uniformly. Clear? So higher the current causes uneven deposition. The deposition is not uniform. Deposit of the metal is uneven, not smooth. ठीक है? That is why higher current we cannot take. So that's why low current is taken. Okay, one thing. Longer time and low current. If the time is more, denominator is more, naturally this rate of flow of charge will be less, current is less. Time taken is more. Okay, if T is more, then I is less, if current is low, and that means slow ions are moving but slowly, and when they move slowly, then it initiates thicker and uniform deposit. Higher current causes uneven deposition, but lower current for long time, low current longer time, that will initiate, that will produce thicker and uniform deposit, and that is why low current should be there, but for longer time it has to be passed. Now direct current and not AC current, we can use DC current. DC current means that current which have one end always positive, other end always negative. AC current keep on changing polarity. You know, polarity of AC in India is 50 Hertz, means in 1 second 50 Hertz frequency is there. Okay, that means one terminal is 50 times positive, 50 times negative. This is positive, this is negative. Next moment this becomes negative, that becomes positive. So in 1 second 100 changes are there total, right? So this is AC current, this we cannot use, we are using DC current only. Reason, see, if here this is DC current, cell is shown means DC current. If AC current is here, then this, when this is positive it will be node, but next moment it becomes negative, it becomes cathode. Then next moment it becomes again positive, again become a node, again become cathode, again become a node, and this will continue, polarity keep on changing. AC current causes discharge and ionization to alternate at the cathode, thus giving no effective coating. See, if polarity of cathode and anode keep on changing, see, this is connected with negative terminal, that is why it is called cathode. But if after some time it becomes positive, then it becomes a node. If it is cathode, silver ion will deposit. When it becomes a node, then when this becomes a node, then this becomes cathode. They are alternating. No? So when anode becomes cathode, that means here silver ion will deposit. So for fraction of a second, here will deposit, another fraction of a second, here will deposit, then there, then here, then here, then here. So alternatingly deposit takes place, and therefore deposit is not effective. Hence we will not get the good result for electroplating. Got it? So these are very important questions. Thank you.